Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about how is COVID-19 affecting your life? Sometimes it's difficult, huh? And this is what I want to talk to you about. Just getting my coffee ready for this one because this topic it's quite a topic. So we were just over with Thanksgiving and I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to you guys about and this topic came up. How was Thanksgiving for you? Like, did you have your family over? Did you have a couple people over? Did you spend Thanksgiving alone? I'm interested in hearing how did you do? So different from last year. Thanksgiving here in the United States is a very important holiday. It's a holiday that we all get together and we exchange just the company of one another, which I love the most. That's what I love the most about Thanksgiving. There is no obligation of gifts. There is no obligation of anything. It is just a good time where you just spend time with family and friends and you eat well and you just relax. You watch the Macy's parade. You just relax, and sometimes, people decorate their homes for the upcoming holidays. I'm interested in knowing, what did you do? I felt very different this year, and I wanted to share that with you because I think that most of us are going to share the same kind of feelings. So one thing that has changed in our lives, this mask and the hand sanitizer and the Lysol Clorox spray. All of it is very different and kind of invasive, I guess. But it's necessary. This is what we're all doing, and I'm encouraging all of you to please wear a mask. Please wear this mask. Whatever place you go, please wear the mask. We all know over here, because of our CDC guidelines, that it's important that you follow procedures so this pandemic it's controlled, or at least we try to control it. So please wear your mask outside of your house, when you go places, when you visit friends, please do that. It's very important. So maybe pretty soon we're gonna have some kind of way out in this situation. Talking about way out, and this is one of the first lessons I teach my clients when they come into the office, is I teach them a way out. And a way out, and how do I do that? So I tell them, whenever place you go, starting from this day on, look for the exit sign. Look how can you get out of the room that you're in. So for example, if you go to the movie theater, look for the exit sign and make sure that in case of an emergency, in case there's something going on, you can leave and this is the route you're gonna take to. If you go to a restaurant, look for the door, look for the way out. And why do I teach them this exercise? I teach them this exercise because it like globalizes a way out in every situation of their lives. How can you get out of a bad relationship? How can you get out of a bad situation? How can you get out of your own head? How can you get out? So this is just the exercise symbolizes how you can get out of situations. And for the first time ever, when COVID started back in March, I was stuck with, how do we get out? How can I find a way out in this situation? How can I teach my clients, my family, myself, how do we get out? And it's very difficult to find an exit. It's very difficult to find a way out in this situation. So the only thing I think about is follow procedure. Follow what the experts in health are telling you to do. So wear your mask, wash your hands, do all of the things that you probably know already. So Thanksgiving, going back to that, and I know of a lot of people that did not spend Thanksgiving with family and friends, and they reduced their number of people. They celebrated, but reduced number of people, reduced everything, and I can only imagine how depressing that is. It's something so new and something so, ooh. Thanksgiving kind of sets the tone for Christmas and also sets the tone for the following holidays. And if you don't celebrate Christmas and you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you celebrate, it's in December and it's setting up the tone for that. And I imagine, how is it going to be? What we're going to do? So usually I watch the Macy's parade. Usually I go in person to the Macy's parade. And this year I was watching on TV and I was like, oh my gosh, how different. Even though, of course, I liked seeing it, I couldn't help thinking all of the times that I was there, and participated. And it was just like, I'm not going to go to the Macy's parade this year. It's too crowded. And if I could go back in time, I would definitely not say those words, because I appreciate it so much. Now that I don't have it, it seems like that we appreciate things more when we don't have it and when we cannot be part of it. And I do think this is part of the rebellious side of a lot of people, when they're told what to do or they cannot do certain things and they want to do those things because they're advised not to do it. So we become a little defiant. So I'm thinking about how Christmas is going to be, or how you're going to celebrate whatever holiday you celebrate. I don't know. I am like, wow, this could be a year where we all celebrate differently. Maybe it's a year that we can just have different traditions, and maybe this is the year that we focus more at home. It could be. I don't know. We're going to have to go through it to see. But Thanksgiving was definitely very different. So I'm really, really interested in knowing your experience. Talking to my clients, they all had very unique experiences, very different from every single year that they celebrated Thanksgiving. Even though they did all of the traditional things, their turkey and the gatherers were very small. And some clients of mine, they didn't even have any gatherings. They just really did some FaceTime, some Zooming and things like that. Which, this is what I also want to teach you during these difficult times, is for us to work on accepting the situation instead of rebelling against it. Let's accept that maybe this year is going to be different. Maybe this year is going to be a year where you just do FaceTime with your family or your friends. And maybe this time is going to be just your immediate family. And that could be good. Right in the beginning of this pandemic, I wrote something on my Instagram. And by the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram, the link is going to be below, and Facebook as well. No, it wasn't Instagram. It was Facebook that I shared a thought I had, which was, we were all like so worried about, right in the beginning, back in March, we were all so worried about, how am I going to hang out with my family? How am I going to see my grandmother? How am I going to see my aunt? What about my friends? And I never really thought we had that sense of community before. And I found it fascinating that all of a sudden, people that were not really present in your lives, it started being extremely important for you to visit. Like your grandparents, for example. Hopefully you have a great relationship with your grandparents, but maybe you don't. And in the beginning of this, it was kind of a priority that you wanted to see your grandparents. You wanted to see your mom and your dad and your family members that you haven't seen in years. But all of a sudden it was like, oh my gosh, how do I see them? I really want to see them. I miss them. And I wish that we all had this feeling of missing and wanting to spend time together all along. So think about that. think about when this pandemic is over, if you're going to continue to have these priorities in your life, if you're going to continue to want to spend time with your grandparents, with your parents, with your friends. And let's see if that is really something that has been sleeping inside of you and all of a sudden has surfaced. Hopefully it is. Hopefully we all could continue to worry about also the elderly population. Hopefully we're going to continue to be concerned about their well-being. And this is something that I think this pandemic has taught us a lot, is to have more compassion towards other people, not only for ourselves. And I talked about compassion in some of my some other video of mine, and which I believe it's important to have not only for others but also for yourself. Also, I'm curious to know how the numbers are going to be, after now that Thanksgiving is over and we are preparing for the other holidays. I wonder if the numbers are going to go up, if they're going to stay the same, and if we're going to be able to kind of get some kind of normal feeling again. I don't even know what normal is anymore. I don't even know if we can find that. Hopefully we're going to find, like everybody's saying, a new normal, whatever that means and whatever that term is, I'm not sure. But I believe we can all be in this together. And hopefully we're all going to be thinking about other people as much as we think about our needs and our desires. So if you need to, like I said in the beginning of this video, if you need to be outside, wear your mask. So maybe we can have a better holiday, maybe better Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever. I'm really hoping that this year brings a lot of knowledge in our minds, a lot of compassion in our minds, a lot of just understanding that we are so small and we think sometimes we can control things when we cannot. This is completely out of control, right? Don't you feel out of control? I do sometimes. It has changed so much in my life, and I'm still debating if these are good changes or bad changes, and I don't know if you debate the same way. But for example, I used to work in my office. Now I work from home. In the beginning, it was very hard to work from home, but then I got used to it, and now I'm really happy working from home. So I think we're all humans. We adapt to the situations that are presented to us. So I don't know what kind of changes have happened to your life that in the beginning of the pandemic you thought, oh, I don't know about this, but now you really enjoy. Another thing that I think is quite wonderful is how much time you spend with your immediate family. So if you live with the family members, you spend way more time with them because everybody now stays home, I'm hoping, as much as they can. So I like that. I like getting to know our family members all over again, because you start spending more time and asking more questions, and it's quite nice. I really like it. The sense of community that we once looked outside and now we looked inside. I really like that concept. So hopefully you are doing that too, or maybe you're doing something different. I'm interested in knowing what you are doing to cope. So hopefully you've had a nice Thanksgiving if you celebrated. If you didn't celebrate it, also let me know. I want to know how is it for you not to celebrate Thanksgiving. If you celebrated before and this year you chose not to. I'm interested in knowing about that. Again, my name is Renata. I'm a licensed mental health therapist in the state of New York and the state of Florida. If you want to follow this channel, please subscribe and like and share with other people. And I have great compassion for you and for what you're going through. So share with me your stories. I'm really interested in knowing about you. Don't forget to wear your mask. Don't forget to wash your hands and sanitize. surfaces, and let's see if together we can have a better holiday in December. See you then. Bye.